Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to another Rebels Capital, aka Kill Negativity with Success. And yes, came back with another one today talking about the stock market and everything that's happening in terms of wise. If you like the video today, man, please click like, subscribe. Yes, no, maybe so. Let's go. So today's the 13th of May, 2026. So everything is still looking more or less the same. Stocks are at ultra high as usual. It's just a couple of unusual things that happened today. We're about to dive into them. So as usual, we're gonna dive into the indexes. Which ones are up? Which ones are down? Let me just plug in here. Just give me a second. Let me plug in there. So yeah, man, everything is still at an ultra high. So from yesterday, everything was bleeding, but like a couple of points, like a retracement. So things are back to normal. Just a couple of them are down, some are up. As you can see here today, the Dow Jones is down. But let me open the world majors. There we go. So, oh shit, fuck no, this is the wrong one. Hell no. So yeah, man, everything was just retracing yesterday on the 12th of May. Today is just a continuation of Monday. Um, as you can see here, the Dow Jones is the only thing that is down, and small cap 2000. So Dow Jones 30 is down by 0.46. S&P 500 is up today by 0.36. So they're retracing the losses from yesterday. Then we get the US Tech 100 is up by 0.77. US Cap 2000 is down today by 0.24. Then we have the DAX. No, no, let me not skip that. Then we have the index. Index is playing at $19 today. It's up by 0.36. Then we have your DAX. The DAX today is also up by 0.75. Then we have the French index, which is also up. The FTSE 100 is up 0.81. Euro stock 50 is up by 1%. The FTSE MIB, which is the Italian index, the FTSE MIB, it's up by 0.47%. Then we also have the Spanish index, IBEX 35, which is up by 0.45%. Then we have the Poland wedge 20, which is up by 2%. Then we have Amsterdam AEX, which is up by 1%. Then we have the Brazilian index, which is down by 0.11%. The Nikkei 225, that's the Japanese index, which is up by 1%. Topex, it's up by 1.54%. Then we have the Hang Seng, which is up by 1.75%. Yeah, man, things are looking Gucci. Everyone is happy today. And then we have the China H shares, which is down only by 0.14%. CSI 300 down by 0.13%. China A45, A50, what am I saying, 45? It's up by 1%. S&P 200, which is the Australian index. New Zealand, actually. Keep saying Australia. New Zealand index is it's down today by 0.62%. The Singapore MSCI index, emerging markets, basically, which is up by 1%. Nifty 50, which is the Indian index, which is up by 0.14%. Bank Nifty is down today by 0.26. GXT1 index is down by 0.81, and then the tech DEX, which is down by, it's up today by 1.3%. 1.3, 1.30. So yeah, man, that is basically green, man. Everything is so green today. You can basically smoke. Everyone is still Gucci and happy overall. So overall, we can say it's more of like a 670 up. Yeah, it's like, yeah, 70 up, 30 is down, more or less. Yeah, that's what's happening today. And then moving on to other markets, which is commodities. Something can feel, touch, and smell. Commodities today we have gold, which is down. Gold is actually up by 0.50%. Silver made a big run today. It's up by 4.94%. Copper today is down by 2.3%. Yeah, 2.36%. Platinum is up by 4%. Then we have Brent oil, it's down by 1.27%. Crude oil WTI, which is down by 0.44%. Natural gas is up by 0.35. That's strange. And then heating oil is down today by 4%. US coffee is down by 0. It's actually up by 0.07%. US corn is up by 0.35%. US wheat is down by 0.50%. US sugar is up by 1%. US cotton is up by 1.81%. Then moving on to US cocoa, it's basically down by 3% today. So overall, what happened is silver was up by close to 5%. Platinum, yeah, platinum was up by 4.35%. And then we have your, that was it. Platinum and silver today were the biggest winners today in terms of commodities. And then moving on, commodities, something you can smell, feel, and touch. So yeah, man, that's what happened there. Bitcoin got obliviated, got raped with no Vaseline. Bitcoin today got raped, dude. Jesus. Wow. It was bad. It was a blood bad. So today it was sitting at 80. Now it's at 78,900. Yeah, man, that got obliterated, dude. Down by 1.37%. Ethereum is down by 0.86. Ether is down by 0.01%. Binance Bitcoin is up. That's weird. Binance Bitcoin is up today by 2%. Maybe they did report earnings or something like that. But anyway, XRP is down by 0.37%. USDC, which is up by 0.2%. Solana is currently down by 3%. Tron today is up by 0.7%. And then Dogecoin, wow, made up today of 2.88%. Hyperliquid is down by 2%. Cardona is down by 1%. So yeah, man, that is summary basically of what's happening in terms of cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies, the biggest winner was Dogecoin and Binance Bitcoin. That was weird. Binance might be like your earnings report, and then Dogecoin, there was probably someone who bought recently, or there was an Elon Musk tweet, one of the two. That's what normally pushes those two up. And then moving on to currencies, the currency traders, people who trade currencies all day. So that is up today. because of the US dollar. So mostly the dollar today is up. The US dollar, here we go. The dollar is up 0.2, 0.20% actually. Yeah. So it's currently sitting, as you can see here. Let me just move that a bit. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I thought it was. I thought it fit. Okay, cool. So here's the price of the US dollar is currently sitting at $89.37. So yeah, man, that's what's happening today in terms of currencies. Everything that is against the dollar is gonna go down as usual, but it's not up at a big moment. So it's yeah, man. So the euro to the dollar is down by 0.20%, obviously, and then your British pound is down by 0.15. The dollar to the Japanese yen, it's basically up by 15%. Dollar to the chef, which chef is the chef, which is up by 0.15 as well. The Australian dollar to the US dollar is actually up today by 0.35%. Then we have your euro to the British pound, which is down by 0.06. The USD to the Canadian dollar, which is up by 0.01%, barely moved. Then we have the New Zealand to the US dollar, which is down by 0.18. Then we moving on to your euro to the Japanese yen, which is down by 0.05. Then we have the British pound to the Japanese yen, which hasn't moved a bit. So overall, for the day, the biggest currency that made a huge comeback, it was the Australian dollar to the US dollar actually. Then came in the US dollar to the chef. Then it was the US dollar to the yen, Japanese yen, Chinese yen, and then we have the US dollar to the Canadian dollar. So those are the two top four. Once people made money, yeah, man, they made money on it. It was gonna go up. The traders, the currency traders, and then moving on to the bonds. The bonds, the bond, the bond. So the bonds, as usual, we look at four bonds. As you can see here, looking at the US 30, the US 30 is now yielding at 5.04, which is up today by 0.30. US $10. The US 10 note actually, it's up today yielding at 4.47. It's up by 0.11%. And then we have the US 5-year note, which is yielding at 4.1. It's up by 0.27%. Not so bad. Not so bad. So yeah, man, as you can see, it seems that the dollar, not the dollar, the bonds are recovering their losses from last year. So they're trying to make back their profit, basically. People who invest in these things are mostly insurance companies. Yeah, insurance companies and those type of people that invest in billions of dollars. Insurance companies, institutional companies, like a company that's like Warren Buffett, boring but long term. But yeah, man, that's what's happening today. So just to summarize, what's going on today is that it's still driven by that AI momentum that we spoke about this whole week. Yeah, man, the whole week of this AI and semiconductors, that's pushing everything up today, and as well as earnings report. So those are the two factors pushing it up. Because yesterday people were bleeding, dude. Yeah, people were bleeding. But now it wasn't a bleed per se, but it was like a retracement. You made a lot of money, so you need to calm down. So yeah, man. So overall, if we starting here, let me just summarize. Let me summarize overall what's going on. Is that the treasury yields remain elevated as well. Traders are reducing their expectations for a rapid Fed cut. So yeah, man, the traders are not expecting anything to happen until Calvin Walsh, the new Fed governor, took step in and give him a couple of months, maybe by September, October, something might happen. And then higher yields are pressurizing growth stocks at this time. So yeah, man, certain small cap companies under 1 billion and they're not making money because of they have to pay off their loans, and geopolitical and oil risk are keeping inflation alive. So tech could still be volatile, small caps may struggle, and then banks and energy could outperform. Just to summarize what's actually going on. So yeah, man, everything is still bullish. So, but the key factors, yeah, let me just point it from one. The first one is AI spending as like number one. That's keeping the stock market even higher. AI spending, inflation data, Fed policy expectations of a rate cut, geopolitical and oil risks, and then earnings report beating. That's what's happening today. And then we're gonna move on to we're gonna move on to your earnings report. Yeah. Earnings report. So earnings report, we're expecting companies like Cisco Systems, Alibaba Group, Applied Materials, and Walmart. So those are those four companies. Let me see if they have already. Normally, I look at these things when the market is closed because they take a long time to actually read. Because it's not just the earnings that you have to read, it's also the CEO saying this, that, and the third. You must read if he's positive, if he's negative. Yeah, man, it's a lot of things to still read there. Yeah, but I summarized everything that happened or what's going on today. Yeah, man. So those are the four companies. So Cisco Systems, Cisco Systems, Alibaba Group, Applied Material, and Walmart. Those are the four most important things people are expecting today. And then the other theme we're gonna look at is insider buying. Insider buying is normally reported by the government, specifically a company called the SEC. SEC, they're like the police for the stock market. So if you did any insider trading or you didn't disclose any amount of money, they come and arrest you or they fine you. So today, in terms of buying, nothing has happened per se. There's just these weird companies like Waste Connections Inc., Melrose Properties. Yeah, I never heard of these companies before, but yeah, man. Insider trading, insider buying and trading, there was nothing there today specifically. That was interesting there. And then we're gonna jump into detail actually with these merge and acquisitions. I love going into them, man. They're more interesting. And then yeah, man, just to summarize as well, the last sector is the cryptos. The cryptos space, just to summarize it, Bitcoin is still playing around at 80,000. Ethereum as well, it's under pressure to Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin sells, Ether also sells, funny enough. And then Solana and the Alta coins, which is the Solana coin, and the rest of the coins we went through below. Also seeing a rotation of them getting their opportunity in comparison to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And then there's a regulation. development in the US still affecting the segment. So they're still waiting for that US bill, senators to pass that bill in terms of crypto regulations. So overall, there's a selling. People are selling the shit out of selling pressure in terms of crypto, in terms of those two, Ethereum and Bitcoin, though. Yeah, yeah, there's a selling for some reason. I'm not sure if they're taking profit or they're sick and tired of buying the same thing and trying to divert their money into something else. Yeah, but that's what's happening today. And then moving on to acquisitions and merge. So today, acquisition and merge, there's a couple of companies that made the headlines today. Today. So everyone knows this company called Shell. Shell is that you pour gas. Everyone pours gas, bro. Basically, Shell, the British company. Shell, British company, currently selling at, where is it now? It's currently at 84. 84 Royal Dutch Shell. Royal Dutch. So Shell, the company, is planning to buy another company called ACR Resources. Remember we spoke about this ACR Resources. If you can't copy them, you buy them. Basically, that's what's happening here. That's what Shell is doing. They are buying this company because of ACR Resources is a Canadian company. It's one of the largest Canadian natural what you call this, natural gas and liquid producers on the British colony, and also what you call these, Shell. So they just buying them because of they want to expand. Just to summarize it, I'm not sure if ACR Resources, if it's public or not. Oh, here we go. There we go. ACR Resources. Yeah. So this is the company they're buying basically. So normally on these news, when a small company is being bought by a big one, the small one goes higher, but they're both down for some reason. Normally it's because of the deal is not finalized in terms of the transaction wise. So yeah, man, they trying to do that, and also they trying to get into that market of natural gas and oil liquids. And in terms of those type of spaces, ACR, this Canadian company, it has the lowest cost, and in terms of the fuel regulation, the Shell wants to also be part of that low carbon um, carbon intensity company where they don't make as much damage as they used to be before. And yeah, man, it's basically profitable. It's one of the most profitable spaces so far. So yeah, man, they're making a bet basically on natural gas now, Shell. So that's why they're buying this little small company. And ACR will basically connect their assets directly to Shell, Shell Canadian LGN. So man, yeah, man, this basically strengthens their position in terms of their competitor with Exxon, Chevron, and Total Energies. So that's what's happening there with them. So moving on, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, man, that's what's happening with these two companies, Shell and ACR Resources. So Shell is trying to buy them, and then they're just going to transfer everything to Shell from now on. So that also helps Shell basically not just entering into natural gas, but they're also increasing their cash flow. and also creating growth for the company. So it's like a more of like a growth thing for the next 10 to 20 years. So that's what they're playing at. And then another company called Eli Lilly, which is a biotech company. Here's it with the ticker LLY. LLY. Eli ticker. Eli Lilly is buying a small company as well. This made a run, dude. This was wow, wow, beautiful company, man. So yeah, man, Eli Lilly is basically trying to buy this company, Ajax Pharmaceuticals, for a $2.3 billion deal. So let's just run down what is Ajax. Ajax Therapeutics. Ajax Therapeutics. So, am I gonna find it? IX or Ajax? Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out. So yeah, man, Eli Lilly. Eli Lilly's been killing it. It's been killing it in the biotech space. So let's find out. Ajax Therapeutics is a small startup that focuses on blood cancer. So this is the company Eli Lilly is buying, right? It's a blood cancer. They focus on precision oncology, and they also make drugs. They have a drug called a JAK. So that's what they're buying into basically. Their main drug AJY. So it targets diseases like your rare blood disorders and cancer. So why did they expand into this specifically is because of Eli Lilly has been making, or it has been focusing on these diabetes and weight loss. So they also trying to focus and dominate in terms of the weight loss drugs and diabetes drugs. So yeah, man, they are just buying any small company that is beating them basically. So yeah, man, what's happening now is that this deal is just a strategy for them to focus on those two things: the weight loss drugs, just mainly weight loss, and diabetes drugs. Those are the two things they want to dominate in general. And look at that, man. It's currently sitting at what, 1,000? It's up almost every fucking day, dude. And yeah, man, this company, they work overtime in terms of these diabetes and weight loss drugs. So it was one of those things that can potentially cure the disease and also last longer in terms of response. So it was one of those things Eli saw. They're like, damn, these guys are beating us, dude. So why don't you what do you think of not just us making a bid and just buying them instead of us trying to copy them? So that's what's going on with that one. Yeah, man. So it's one of those small cap companies buying a big one. And then going into another one. This I'm not sure if it's public. Apollo Global Management. It's a hedge fund. Let me find out. Let me just see if they are a public company. Apollo Global Management. They were also in a recent thing going on with the cryptocurrencies. Not just cryptocurrencies, they were buying stable coins actually. Yeah, they were buying a lot of them. There was a story about it last month. Yeah, so man, it seems that they're in a shopping spree, man. So yeah, man, they're basically buying a company called Automotive Interiors Business, Fiona. So they are buying that company. So it's basically one of the largest. So they're buying one of the biggest auto parts company in a 2.1 billion deal. They're on a shopping spree, bro. They're just buying everything these days. Apollo management. So yeah, man. So everything they're doing now is like long term thing. Let me see. So yeah, man, they buying this company for 2.1 billion dollars. It's one of the biggest automotive suppliers, right? Around around the world, actually. Automotive meaning car parts. So they buying them. So they focus on the company basically focuses on vehicle, what you call these interiors, electronics, lighting systems, and cockpit technologies. So the reason why they're buying is because of the business employs like what 30,000, 31,000 people globally, and Apollo wants to buy it because of cars are becoming a tech living rooms. So modern cars are evolving into digital cabinets, luxury interiors, and AI powered cockpits. So the future competition is no longer just engine powers. It's also like screens, comfort, interior experience, and automotive ready cabins, right? So what Apollo believes, right, and the management is that they're going to see a lot of high margins. High margins meaning the company makes a lot of cash. Cash. That's what that means. Just to summarize that, uh, yeah, they're buying into cash companies, and people are buying car parts no matter what the price is, either way. So yeah, man. So yeah, high margins, tech driven, and premium. So why this automotive company, right? It has a large debt after the merge and expansion. Selling this unit means that it's cleaning up the balance sheet, it's focusing on high tech operations and improving profitability. So basically, they're just trying to help them out in terms of clearing their debts. That 2.1 billion is going to help them clear their debts as well. So that's going to be very interesting. And then moving on to another merger big deal we have is Amazon. 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 One of the biggest online stores in the world. Amazon. Amazon.com is also on a shopping spree. Everyone's just buying, bro. I guess it's one of those things. If you're used to going to Gucci and like the shoes like $10,000, even if they increase the shoe price to $20,000, you're still gonna buy it because of you have the money for it. So it's one of those things. So Amazon is cleaning. It's acquiring a company called Global Star for $11.6 billion. Uh, Global Star is basically what is Global Star? Let me just show you the company they're buying. Today's by it's up by what 1.25%. Current price sitting on 269. So it's not doing so badly today. Let me see here. Let me just show you Global Star Inc. Let me see if the price is up today. So yeah, it is. So Global Star is currently sitting at $82.71. It's up by 0.05. So Global Star is basically like a low Earth orbit satellite. It's direct to device satellite communication. So they're trying to get into that space money. So it's one of those things of billionaires saying who can get to the moon first type shit. So anyway, so they are expanding their remote connectivity and Apple satellite SOS features. So yeah, man. Global Star also merged with Apple as well. So it's trying to challenge. The reason why Amazon just bought this is because of they're trying to beat SpaceX. Basically, he's trying to compete with. It's like a Elon Musk versus Jeff Bezos, basically type of thing happening. Project because of Amazon had a project called Amazon Leo, obviously. So it needs obviously satellite spectrum infrastructure and direct phone connectivity. So Global Star gives Amazon all of that immediately, basically. So they don't have to actually create everything from scratch. Like I said, if you can't beat them, you buy them. Rich people problems, right? That's correct. And then with that being said, so the phones connecting directly to the satellite, this could reduce the dependence on towers, um, expand global internet, and create emergency connectivity everywhere. So instead of having like those copper wires shutting off, we can still have a second backup. And then the Apple relation, right? The phone Apple, obviously, the phone Apple, and Global Star already powers iPhone satellite SOS and the smartwatches, right? Those are the two things that it's powering, and Amazon gains access to that ecosystem as well. And the reason why on Wall Street they're happy about this is because investors now see Amazon as a cloud company, a AI company, and a logistic company, and a space connectivity company. So they're trying to buy the biggest things around the world. So yeah, man, that's about it today. No, hell no. Fuck am I saying? So, one of the other big news that made it today was um Donald Trump, obviously. What's the stock market without a Donald Trump story, man? So, Donald Trump invited major American business leaders to travel with him to China to meet the Chinese president Xi Jinping during a major U.S. China summit that is happening in Beijing this week. So the goal mainly is to focus on, obviously, in terms of Donald Trump's front, to improve the U.S. China business relations, negotiate trade and AI issues, help Amazon companies gain better access to China. Of course, they're not gonna do that, and stabilize the tension between them. So, the president is inviting them. This has never happened in a presidential ever. Just so you know that, and this has never happened where it's a president invites a CEO. Yeah, man, these never barely happen. They normally happen is because of they basically funding. So they just basically invited companies that are contributing to the economy nowadays. So nowadays all these presidents are doing that nowadays. So yeah, man, what that actually helps with is that the CEOs can negotiate a direct deal with the president himself, and then it shows economic power, and companies can pressure government privately, and business relationships can improve diplomacy. So that's what's happening right there. Yeah, man, that's what's happening. That's why he was inviting all these CEOs. So I wanted to name them one by one. So he invited the CEO of Nvidia actually, Jason Wan. So yeah, man, that's the biggest semiconductor company so far in the world. Then you have Apple. He invited the CEO Tim Cook, obviously. Then he invited BlackRock, the CEO and the founder Larry Frank. Obviously, he's not gonna stay. They run. By the way, BlackRock is big, dude. I mean, like type of big. They make big moves. They are like above private equity fund. They made it. They made it to the big leagues, bro. They run the big leagues now. So yeah, man, they invited two. Another one was the CEO of Blackstone, Mr. Stephen Schwartzman. They invited him as well. And then obviously the airplane company Boeing invited the CEO Kelly. And then the other one was Facebook CEO slash Mark Zuckerberg, which is now not called Facebook, it's called Meta platform. So he won't be there, but obviously his representatives will be there. And then they invited the CEO of Citigroup, Jane Fraser. Then they invited obviously the CEO of Goldman Sachs, David Solomon, of course. Then obviously one of the big gurus now of transactions, the CEOs of MasterCard and Visa. So yeah, man, those are the people that are coming there today. Going with the president. There's even more actually. There's more people he didn't name, but there's more or less 12 companies coming, 12 CEOs, not companies, 12 CEOs that are coming with him on this big trip. So yeah, man. So yeah, he felt like inviting the big companies that are contributing to the US economy to negotiate a better deal with China because of almost everything is made in China. So yeah, man, if you like the video, please click like, subscribe. Yes, no, maybe so. Let's go.